Hi, and welcome to this spoiler full review. We're going to tell lots of spoilers, possibly spoilers, as we review. Am I too loud?
No.
As we review the new Thor, what's the new movie called? I can't remember. The Thor what?
Ragnarok.
Thor. What? What was that? Say it again. Say it again.
Ragnarok.
All right, everyone. This is MovieManCHAD here with my good friend Ryan and his children. Gio, who has a channel on YouTube, and we'll share that at the end of the review, and the little one back there, Darth Nihilist. Darth Nihilist. Okay, so anyways, we just saw Thor Ragnarok, the brand new Marvel Cinematic Universe film. We did not see it in 3D, but we saw it in XD, which is kind of like IMAX, a little bit like IMAX. And again, as I said before, this is a spoiler review. So if you have not seen the movie yet, which I imagine everybody's seen it already, it's Tuesday now, and it just came out last weekend, so everybody's really seen the film. This is a spoiler full review of the film. Of course, this is the 20,000th film in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, but it is the third in the Thor trilogy. Quickly, Gio, how did you feel about Thor and Thor: The Dark World? Really quick.
It was a pretty good movie. I liked it.
The first two. What do you think about Thor, the original? Thor, the original. Just really quick, one word.
I don't think I've seen that.
Fantastic.
Fantastic. And The Dark World?
It was okay.
Okay.
Good.
And Ryan? Thor and Thor: The Dark World, really quick before we start.
I concur with my eldest begotten on those words and review.
Yeah, really quick. I thought Thor 2011. Oh, sorry. So what are you saying? Don't mind the silly man in the back. Okay, so I thought Thor 2011 was one of the best Marvel movies of this new Marvel Cinematic Universe. Just great setup. It took a character that's utterly stupid and ridiculous and made it so funny and interesting. Yeah, there's issues with the film, but I just like the fish out of water story and enjoyed it. Dark World took itself way too seriously. The villain's forgettable. There were some nice visuals. I was tired of the love story. Thankfully, Natalie Portman is not in this movie, and I love Natalie Portman. Well, the Ragnarok. She's not in Ragnarok. So that's, leading up to this, but I stayed away from all the trailers except for the first trailer. So my excitement for this movie was high, not because it was Thor, but because the people are actually the director of the film. But I'll get into that in my opinion. All right, Gio. Forgot your name for a second. How was Thor Ragnarok? And feel free to say anything you want.
Asking me questions.
Oh,
He'll get to you.
We'll get to you, Darth Nihilist. Okay, go ahead.
Well, I enjoyed it a lot. There was a lot of humor. I had fun with that. It was a really good movie. I liked how, it was upsetting that he broke his hammer, but I liked how he figured out how he got powers. Just by
how you became the Lightning Man?
Yeah.
Not Sparkles?
Not Sparkles, but the Lightning Man?
Boy.
How was Jeff Goldblum as the, what was it, Grandmaster?
Grandmaster.
He seemed a bit crazy being him.
Of course, it's Jeff Goldblum.
Yeah. He's like, okay, I am in control.
Yeah.
You shall die.
Yeah. How about
he
Kate?
Just didn't seem like it.
How about Kate Blanchett as the villain?
Goddess.
The goddess of something.
Death.
The goddess of death. Yes. Kate
I didn't like her. I don't like her crown.
Did you think she was convincing as a villain?
No.
No, interesting. Anyways, what else did you like? Did you like the appearance of Thor? It was spoiled, of course. So no, it wasn't a big surprise that Hulk. Sorry, I meant to say Hulk. Hulk was going to be in this movie. Did you like the appearance of Hulk?
Yeah, it was cool. I knew that he was gonna be there, but it's good.
Did you like when he became Bruce Banner?
Yeah, I liked how Hulk was just confused when Thor was like, "Hey, what's up, Banner?" And Hulk's like, "What?"
Like, oh, it's just an old middle-aged man played by Mark Ruffalo. I went the Green Monster back, right?
Yeah, he's like.
Did you appreciate the visuals, like the colors? It was bright instead of dark and like the last movie, Dark World, was kind of dark. It was Dark World. It was kind of dark and dreary and depressing. This one was more colorful.
Yeah.
Did you appreciate that?
Yeah, it was cool.
What did you like about that?
I just like how it all shone out at us, and
Yeah.
then we're like, "Whoa, this is cool!" And then Hulk just comes, and he's all bright.
Did you notice any? Because you probably follow more comics maybe than I do, or maybe I was telling you were saying this is kind of part of Planet Hulk.
Yes.
I think I've heard of Planet Hulk, but I don't know much about it.
It's like a little like drawing comic series where it's a movie and it explains how he got there.
Oh, okay, okay. Did you notice any, like, they call them Easter eggs, where they little things that are hidden in the film that maybe I didn't notice, but did you notice anything like that?
Yes, actually, in the Quinjet where they were watching the video and it showed Hulk, he was like sort of flying. They have that in Planet Hulk.
Oh, okay.
And you can see him do that, and you can see the video, and he was all sad.
Yeah, so overall, what is your opinion of Thor Ragnarok? Is it one of the best Marvel movies?
Yeah, I liked it all. It was one of the best.
Is it rank as the highest? What is the highest for you? Out of the movies that have come out since 2008.
Out of two, I'd say like Spider-Man: Homecoming is the best.
Oh, controversy. Controversy. Okay, great, thank you. Darth Nihilus, how did you feel about Thor Ragnarok? And feel free to say anything you want to say.
It sucked. The girl should have stuck with the hair.
The what? The girl should have. You like her
With
hair?
You liked her hair?
No, she should have stuck with it, not the crown.
Oh, you like
With her smooth hair.
Darth Sidious, Nihilus, whatever it is. I guess you're saying that you liked Kate Blanchett's character with her hair.
Hair straight.
Her hair straight instead of the crown that she wore. Is that right? Did I get it right?
Never.
Never mind. Anything else you want to say? Anything else you want to say?
Did you like the movie?
Did you like the movie at
I
least?
gotta go with some movie buds.
Hey, you want to go on this big spaceship you have here?
Hey, oh, you're referring to
What is he for?
The Rock dude.
the Rock dude.
Oh yes, that was a great
He was
addition to the
my
movie.
favorite.
Yeah, why don't we go in the ship, shall we?
You like his sensibility, his kind of nonchalant, casual outlook on life,
Yeah,
even though he was probably about to die.
Yeah, Meek died. I feel sad for the poor man. We stumbled across of him when we were battling. Oh look! Meek is alive!
Oh yes,
I
at
didn't
the
think
very
it was
end.
carrying
Yes. Oh, the bug. Yes. How the
I
movie
even,
ends. I like that too.
I even
'Cause,
feel guilty carrying him.
yes, you like that, huh? Anything else? Anything else that you liked about the film? Thor, the character, or the other female that kind of captures him and then helps him throughout this journey?
No,
That's
that part,
confusing.
the dude has the sword when he kills Death.
What was that?
The big guy? The big demon guy?
Oh yes, the
Oh.
big red demon thing with the helmet.
Good
Awesome.
job. Good job,
Good
Darth.
job, Darth Nihilist.
Good job.
Okay, you did a great note. You can stay here.
Yeah, he's good. He's good. He's good.
Good job,
Sorry,
buddy.
everybody, it's late.
Yes, it's late. Okay, go ahead,
And it's-
Ryan.
and school
Quickly
night.
share your what?
He's good.
Okay, Ryan, share your opinion.
I absolutely loved it. So, when I saw, I think it was Guardian of the Galaxy came out first, and then I think Ant-Man came out second.
Yeah.
I was thinking, man, Guardian of the Galaxy, this is so outside the normal Marvel universe. It was funny, and I absolutely love Guardian of the Galaxy. And then Ant-Man came out with all the comedy and short one-liners. I'm like, man, this is great. I like it. This is totally different than the normal, Marvel universe. But I have to say, this is definitely outside the normal Marvel universe that I absolutely loved it. Just the one-liners, just all the references, just the friendly banter between characters. I felt like I was a part of the conversation, like I was part of the movie, just because it felt like, just guys hanging out, having a good time, just making fun of each other. And I just loved it. I loved the music. I'm
Each other.
That's right. I liked I liked the music. I like all the bright colors. It really visually it was really beautiful. It's my review, Darth. I really enjoyed it. The characters. I've seen the Planet Hulk movie and they really meshed it in well with the story. I was wondering how the heck they were going to do that with the Hulk being the champion. But they did a really good job incorporating those two universes, because they're very separate in the Marvel universe, if you can, into this movie, and it was really great. I enjoyed it. Jeff Goldblum, I really felt he kind of stole the show. He was so funny in there. And not just like his dialogue, like his body language is amazing in it. He was so funny. He's
totally in the realm of just what he is as an actor and what he's done, and yeah, of course.
Absolutely. And what's great is there's a Grandmaster in the Planet Hulk, and he is nowhere near the level that Jeff Goldblum is in the movie. And that just, I love that part. And then Cork, the rock guy.
Who was voiced by the director of the film, right?
Yep, he was voiced by the director. Those two characters, they were my favorite new addition characters in it. So I really enjoyed that.
Anything else? Anything you want to spoil that you like, that you maybe enjoyed, since this is a spoiler review? How about like the endings, the two endings? We saw two. There's two endings to the film.
You know, I felt the ending maybe was a little bit anticlimactic.
Oh, you mean the official ending?
Yeah,
not the little side.
Not the little.
That's some of the issues I have in the film.
Yeah.
It's where it kind of, there's just too much going on.
Yeah, I agree with that part. I didn't like how they killed Helena. I thought it was just too like, really?
Yeah.
She's all powerful, and
Yeah.
and this giant demon's gonna come and just, ooh, I got a big sword and I'm in slow motion and I'm going to stab you.
Yeah, to the point where I think I've totally forgotten how they killed her. I just was like, there's just so much going on with characters. It's probably my biggest complaint about the film is that the ending is beautiful to look at, but there's just so many little fights that are happening. You know, Hulk is fighting the dog, and Thor is fighting himself, and also Kate Blanchett. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I'll have my opinion soon.
I totally agree, and you can carry it on further. That was my only hang-up was the ending. But the final, the bonus credit, whatever they want to call it, there's two of them. There's one where Thor's looking out the window and with Loki, and they were debating whether Loki should go to Earth with them or not, and then they show this giant spaceship.
That didn't make sense.
Well, I think it does. I don't think it's Thanos.
Oh yeah.
I think it might be the gold people from Guardian of the Galaxy 2 looking for Star-Lord. I think.
You think that's what it might be?
That's who I think it might be, because I haven't seen this, but apparently at the Comic-Con they showed a spoiler for the Avengers Infinity and how Thor gets on with the Guardian of the Galaxy crew, and I guess they crash into him in space.
Something like that.
So that's how it kind of meshes in, I think. So I'm giving all the spoilers out, folks.
Yes, good.
All of it.
Spoiler review. If he's getting tired, you want to take him back home, that's fine. I'm going to give my quick opinion, and then we'll end the review and get your...
Okay.
Do you want to say something else, or do you want to go?
He's good.
You're good?
Go ahead.
We love you, buddy. Dark Nihilist, everyone.
Eat some candy.
Have some candy, yes. All right. I was very hyped up to see this film. Having just seen the teaser, I was more excited that it was the director of one of my favorite films of last year, Hunt for the Wilder People. I love the great, talented comedians and people who are making great films in New Zealand, and I'm guessing that the producers of the Marvel Cinematic Universe saw the genius that was Hunt for the Wilder People and hired this director, knowing that he would take something that is so ridiculous and make it so much fun and entertaining at the same time. Maybe trying to have a balance of both dramatic moments and silly. And I think sometimes, because this director is so talented with making things so exciting but very, very funny and thrilling at the same time, another one of my biggest complaints, not only is the ending, is that the last one took itself so seriously that this one takes itself way too...
lightly?
Maybe lightly,
yeah.
But it was just so funny. It was really extremely funny that at times I was kind of getting tired. I wish there was a balance between. I was just like, they're just being way too silly. It's being way too silly with this movie, and there's the moments of the feeling of like feeling the tension. I never felt I was in any danger, like anybody was really in any danger, even when there's characters that die, side characters or something like that. But I enjoyed overall the story, the adventure these characters won. I liked that they knew that, hey, we're making a movie about Thor. We know this is absolutely insane and ridiculous, so we're gonna have a really good time. And it's one of those films where I feel like the filmmakers had a blast making it, and it projects on screen, and we are having fun watching it as well, with the wonderful sensibility from this filmmaker. Of course, he lends his voice to one of the characters. I thought Chris Hemsworth was great. He's proven that he can be dramatic in the role of Thor and be very, very funny at the same time. Tom Hiddleston, I've never really liked the character of Loki. Especially in the Thor movies and Avengers, the original Avengers. This is the first time I really liked Tom Hiddleston as Loki. Cate Blanchett was great in the beginning. Near the end of the film, her character, I think, gets thrown to the wayside because there's so much stuff going on in the film that she doesn't get a chance to shine throughout the entire film, and she is very interesting. Not only beautiful, but a great actress, and I think deserved better in this film. Mark Ruffalo was a nice addition to the film as well, a little silly. I mean, the movie's just real. It's hard to take a lot of this seriously. You want to get emotionally, and I never was brought to tears, but I was always having a good time and laughing and enjoying the film. Idris Elba was great, and Jeff Goldblum, as I said before, oh my gosh, the battery is dying. Steals the show. The battery's dying, and Jeff Goldblum steals the show. Luckily, I did bring another battery. If you have to take them, I totally understand. Okay, I'm back. Now I'm all alone. They disappeared. Where'd they go? Oh my gosh. Okay, so here we go with my thoughts of the film. And as I said before, spoiler review. I don't know how intensely spoiling I'm going to be of this film, but I do want to mention that there's a wonderful cast. As I said before I got cut off by my stupid battery, that Jeff Goldblum just steals the show. He is one of the coolest characters, and I hope we get to see more of him in this Marvel Cinematic Universe. I really liked him as the Grandmaster. Very, very scary, but hilarious at the same time. I was always worried about him. Tessa Thompson, who is probably the strongest female lead in the film, adds a lot to this movie. At first, you don't know if you need to root for her or care about her, but by the end of the film, I really did like her, and I sympathize with her more than Cate Blanchett and her dilemma she's going on and why she feels she has to be this bad person. Surprising about this film, I didn't know that Karl Urban was going to be in this movie, and in the film he's kind of like a side character, and then near the end he becomes something quite important, and I really enjoyed what that character does at the very moments of his existence. So Karl Urban was a nice addition to the film. Anthony Hopkins had a nice cameo. Benedict Cumberbatch as Doctor Strange was more enjoyable in this film than the entire Doctor Strange movie, which I think is one of the weakest of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. It was nice to see some side characters that I've seen in other New Zealand films, and I want to give a shout out especially to Rachel House. She's in one of my favorite films of all time, Whale Rider, and also she was the cop or the social worker in Hunt for the Wilder People, and she's got some nice moments in this film as well. I just really like that this director came a part of this film and brought his wonderful country with him, his wonderful talent, his wonderful sensibility to the film that works for the most part. It does get in the way at times. As I said before, there's a weird balance that doesn't quite work when it comes to maybe more the dramatic moments. The comedy is there, and sometimes it does get in the way and it's kind of tedious a little bit, but for the most part it's very fun, very funny, and I just like the dry wit, the dry sensibility, the casual presence that this film has because of the wonderful humor. So I appreciate that, and that was the main reason that I was really excited to see this film, that the person that was going to direct the movie. And I'm sorry I haven't said his name, but I don't want to butcher it. He's got a very unique name, and I don't want to insult him by trying to pronounce his name in a very awful way. I think he's a talented filmmaker, and I think he's got great future ahead of him, and I think because of the success of this film, we might be able to see more of his talents in this cinematic universe, though I would like to see him go back and make some movies, some small movies in his own country, like Hunt for the Wilder People and What We Do in the Shadows, and there's some other movies I haven't seen that he's done before that. I think I did see Eagle vs. Shark, another great film that I do recommend. But I will say that this movie is fun. People, it has every right, I believe, to be a success. It is definitely one of the best superhero movies of the year. Definitely one of the best. I might even think it's the best superhero movie that I've seen all year. And if Marvel, you know, I feel like if Marvel, it's a real big challenge to surprise an audience. It's a real huge challenge to surprise us. We've seen it all, especially with the cinematic universe, this Marvel Cinematic Universe, and it's a big challenge. So I hope that with this and after this, they will be able to still up their game. It's going to be tough. There'll probably be some clunkers in the future when it comes to the Marvel Universe. But this is a wonderful addition and definitely the best in the Thor trilogy. I hope to see more Thor movies, and I would love to see this director make another Thor movie or make even an Avenger film in the future, whatever happens next. But I thought this movie was pretty great, extremely entertaining, had some of the best visuals, soundtrack, production value, special effects you're ever going to see in a movie made today. And I think they have done their job successfully and made definitely one of the most entertaining films of the year. It may not be a perfect film in my eyes. I just do feel that some of the drama just doesn't click. That emotion is not there when it comes dramatically, but when it comes to the comedy, it is there. It is fun. It's a comic book movie, and I think it succeeds as a straight comic book movie and succeeds as a good time at the movies. And for that, I am going to give Thor Ragnarok, I'm going to give it a solid 3.5 stars out of 4. In the comment box below, let me know what you thought of the film, and I really want to thank my friends for being here. I'm sorry they had to go. They were getting quite tired. It was getting really late. And so I'm going to give a shout out to my friend, little guy who's sitting right here. His name is Gio, and he has a YouTube channel, and I'm going to put a link in the comment box below. Please subscribe to his channel. He talks about games and Pokemon and Legos and video games that he really enjoys, and he likes to share that with you. So please go over to his channel and give him a subscribe. Live film, everybody. Thank you so much. Bye-bye. Good night.